Hello, and welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm your host, Madison Miller, alongside Hunter Pitcoff and Mike Merendino. Tonight, we'll be giving you an update on the 2020 NBA Conference Finals. To start off, Hunter, do you think Boston can even up the series after being down 2-1 to Miami?
Appreciate it, Madison. So obviously we're going to be talking about the Heat Celtics here. Heat got up 2-0, but Boston was able to kind of find their pace, if you will, after Marcus Smart basically called out the entire team. But that's a rallying cry. I know the media wants to say, like, oh, you know, there's tension in the locker room and stuff, but I think it really worked out for them. They got tougher. They stopped making those silly turnovers. They took better shots, and as a result, we saw that Boston offense spread out more. More guys got involved, and as a result, I think Boston made this a more tight series.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Boston in the first two games just did not look good. I mean, they didn't have good ball movement. They had a lot of turnovers. And they have some good bench players as well. Enes Kanter, Gordon Hayward, Brad Wanamaker also, who could provide good offensive scoring off the bench. And yeah, I mean, I think they have a really good shot at making this series very interesting as we come up at the upcoming games.
Mike, who is the X factor in this series?
For me, it's Enes Kanter because I remember when he spent his time on the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New York Knicks. And he was a starting five on both of those teams, and he was a double-double machine. So I think if he could come off the bench and do the same thing, then I think he's a really big X factor.
Yeah, obviously, Mike, we haven't really seen Kanter get a whole lot of playing time yet, but maybe that's a difference. Maybe they gotta get him a little more involved in offense, get some easy baskets in the paint like you alluded to. That's what Kanter's best at. For me, I'm looking at the guy who really hasn't played a whole lot in this playoffs, but now he's back, and that's Gordon Hayward. The Celtics already have a ton of guys that can score. I'm a little iffy about the mustache, the bubble stash that Gordon Hayward's growing out right now, but nevertheless, he's a good player, and I think if you add him to what they already have, I don't know if Miami can stop all those scores on the wing. I really don't.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. I mean, Boston their starting five alone just brings so much offensive firepower, and if the whole bench unit just comes together and they could have that same offensive chemistry, then they could give the Heat a lot of problems.
Now let's transition to the Western Conference. Anthony Davis's game winner at the buzzer put the Lakers ahead of the Nuggets. Hunter, what can the Nuggets do to slow down the Lakers?
Man, I was really happy watching that Laker game. I'm not going to lie. But look, they got to get the ball out of Anthony Davis's hands. I know that's easier said than done. But look, they have no one that can stop him one-on-one. Not a chance. You got to get the ball out, force the other Laker players to make a play. And then the Nuggets, too, you got to guard the three-point line better. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA at defending the three. They make a lot of them, but they let up a lot, too. And the Lakers are hitting threes. And I've said every single Penn State Sports Night segment I've done this year on the NBA, when the Lakers are hitting threes, it's over. And if the Nuggets can't defend them, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the Nuggets are not really relatively well known for their perimeter defense. Their only good perimeter defender is Jeremy Grant, and obviously he can't guard all five positions.
Not LeBron either.
Not even LeBron. No one on that team can guard LeBron. But I think that Denver's bench needs to step it up, and some players who I think are Michael Porter Jr., Mason Plumlee, Monte Morris, they have to give 100% effort, and I think if they play to the best of their abilities, then I think they can make the series interesting.
Mike, do you think this is a championship or bust season for the Lakers?
Well, this season, honestly, I think it is definitely that year for the Lakers to get that chip. I mean, just with the way the team is organized with Dwight Howard, Danny Green, KCP, their starting five alone, just that whole team, I mean, just the way they're organized, I honestly think that this year is their year to win the championship. This team was made to win the championship.
I mean, I don't want to sound biased here, but I do think this is a team of destiny. I mean, you've seen Avery Bradley not opt out and not come to the bubble. Rajon Rondo got hurt right away. Obviously, the passing of Kobe Bryant. This team has gone through so much emotionally and through their roster as well. Everybody doubted them, but all they've done is win games. They've shown out every single game in the playoffs so far this year, minus the couple they lost. But I think this is a team of destiny. They actually try. They're fully committed, unlike the sorry Clippers are. And I think at the end of the day, the Lakers are going to be hoisting that Lombardi Trophy, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, if you will, and they'll be the champions once again.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, in the first and second round, they only lost game one, and everyone was like, "Oh, now the Rockets and the Trailblazers are going to win." Nah, it's not like that. The Lakers won obviously every single game after that, and I think with the game winner that Anthony Davis hit and put them up 2-0, I think they really showed that they're here to win the chip, and I don't think there's anyone that can stop them. In all honesty,
For sure.
Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night. For Hunter Pitcoff and Mike Merendino, I'm Madison Miller, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching our latest edition of Penn State Sports Night. If you're a fan of our content, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more clips. Also follow us on Twitter at PSSN TV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with the action. For all my colleagues, we are Penn State Sports Night.